So it looks like the Pittsburgh Steelers are starting to make moves, and they made a cut today, and they have apparently signed a new coach. And also a few days ago, they hired Gerald Alexander, who is the defensive backs coach. They let go of Aaron Curry. He went and got another job with another team. And Grady Brown looks like he's off contract. So the Steelers are making moves. Now, if you guys don't know this, and I'm recording in the future all the way from Australia, and also thanks everyone too for the recent support, man. The channel's gone pretty good with the views and likes and comments. I appreciate everyone's comments and time. So if you do like the content, you like me talking Steelers pretty much every day. This is the fun part now. Things are happening besides the stuff with the Trevor Lawrences, the stupid rumors, the Aaron Rodgers stuff. Apparently Matt Stafford's meant to be traded to us too. Like these kind of things I'll talk about here and there, but I don't think they're going to happen. I'd still rather see Justin Fields or Russell Wilson run it back with them and go after a chance for a Super Bowl in 2025 or 26, the next few years, and build up the roster on the D line and the O line. So thank you to everyone who's been checking out the channel, who's commenting, liking, subscribing, all those kind of things. I try and read all the comments. I try and, if I can, respond to them. I've just been so busy. But there's some news happening around town. The Steelers have got now a new coach, I believe, at the linebackers coach, and they have cut a player. Before that, though, I want to give a big shout out to this bloke. Now, this is where the fan side comes, the fan side of me says, who the French toast was John Norwig. No idea who the bloke was. I think I gave this guy a shout out when he retired a couple of years ago in 2023. I probably did, right? But I see these stories. I think they're really cool. So Pittsburgh Steelers shared this. Former Steelers head athletic trainer John Norwig will be honoured, and maybe I could try and reach out to get him on the show. That'd be fun. I might try and do that. I might try and reach out to John Norwig and get him on the show so we can talk Steelers, right? John Norwig will be honoured at the Pro Football Hall of Fame as a part of 2025 Awards of Excellence. Now, who is John Norwig? You're probably asking, and why does it matter? Look, the fan base goes from New York to New Zealand to Mexico to Australia, all over the world, right? Ireland, Dublin, everywhere. And as super crazy fans, we love to know every detail from the stats to who's playing, who's their quarterback, who's this, and who's part of the organization. So I want to give this guy a shout out. Now, Norwig, this bloke here, John Norwig, was former Steelers head athletic trainer. John Norwig will be honoured at the Pro Football Hall of Fame as part of the awards, right? Norwig retired in 2023 after 32 years with the Steelers. I just want to say one thing, one or two things, right? 32 years is a very long time to hold a job. 32 years is a very long time to have a job with one company. 32 years with being a Steelers athletic head trainer is fantastic with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So the career began in 1991, 2 years before I was born, included being part of 2 Super Bowl championship teams. So shout out to this guy for being a part of the NFL and a part of the Pittsburgh Steelers franchise, and maybe I can reach out to his media team and get him on the show. I'm sure it'll be a fun conversation to learn all things about the Steelers and all things, and it's a great time in the off season too when I get a bit of time. I'll try and reach out and get him on the show because 32 years is freaking fantastic. Now, Art Rooney said this, he gave a bit of a summary in a few words. He said it's pretty hard to sum up in a few words what John has meant to us for 32 years. Said the president, Art Rooney, the second at the time of Norwig's retirement. He's been a consummate professional on a personal level. He's had relationships with so many people, so many players. He's headed himself the way you would hope everyone on the staff conducts himself. He's good as it gets in terms of somebody that comes and stays for 32 years and provides us with that level of professionalism. I think our medical staff has been the best in the NFL for a long time, and he's a part of that reason for sure we're going to miss him. Now, I think that was around the time of 2023 when he retired. Now he's getting acknowledged for his hard work and his commitment to the team. So shout out to you, John Norwig. I might try and get you on the show if I can, if I live up to what I'm saying. Hopefully it happens. I'll see what I can do. But that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool for a person, for a bloke to work for the company for that long and now he's getting the awards and getting recognized as a champion, right? As a Hall of Fame champion. I think it's cool. Now, in the other news, the Steelers made one of their first cuts, right? They have now cut this bloke here. Brooke Pryor says Steelers release edge Preston Smith, freeing up some space on the cap space. He was set to mount $13.4 million against the cap and $14.41 million in 2026. Smith was a trade deadline acquisition last year from Green Bay, was a healthy scratch in 2 of the final 3 games. I think he had like 8 tackles, a few sacks, maybe a fumble here and there. Personally, I don't think he'll be that missed, to be honest. I think as well last year in 2024, I think Nick Herbig might have been out a few games. Then he was signed to fill in if the injury bug kind of like that refreshed my memory. I think, and let me know in the comments too, I'm pretty sure that Nick Herbig was out and we signed him near that time to fill in and be that 4th guy, 3rd guy on the rotation. Of course, TJ Watt isn't going anywhere, even though there's stupid rumors about TJ Watt getting traded. Not going to happen. Right now, you've still got Alex Highsmith. They signed him for a contract a few years ago, so he's got 1 or 2 years on his deal. Nick Herbig's still on his rookie contract, I think. So those are your 3 guys. The Steelers probably just go to free agency to get an outside linebacker or edge or whatever, or they'll go to the draft and get someone maybe mid-round 3rd or 4th. Not to worry. All the best for Smith from Green Bay. I think he was one of the high prize edge rushers up there. Had over 80 sacks, 75 sacks. He had 1 year here. Then the Steelers can't keep him at that money. It's not a huge deal, I think, letting him go and finding another team or retiring with another team. It's kind of like, thank you, mate, for your service, and then we'll move on. The other big news, though, was Coach McCauley. The Steelers are hiring a Western PA native as an inside linebackers coach because Aaron Curry has left the Steelers and for another job. I just can't remember exactly where he went. Did he go to the Jets? Maybe he went to the Jets. So they're hiring Coach McCurley. Now, I got a little bit about this, so I clicked that link. I'll try and put this link in the description below. It says here, with the departure from the Steelers, Aaron Curry, they were certainly in the market for a new linebackers coach to take over. On Friday, the report surfaced that Steelers have hired a familiar face from Pittsburgh, position of former Dallas Cowboys linebacker coach Scott McCurley. It says here that after interviewing position, they hired McCurley, and it's been reported by the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. Now you're probably thinking, who is Scott McCurley? Now I did a little bit of research, and I found this thing called ProFootballHistory.com. I might try and link that as well in the description. And in his coaching record, Scott McCurley has 18 years coaching. His record overall on those teams is 176, 114, and 2. A 60% win record. His playoff record is 11-11. And it says here that with his professional coaching, Dallas Cowboys since 2020, 4 years there, combined record of 49-35. Of course, you have the offense involved too, not just the defense. But he was a linebackers coach for the last 4 years with Dallas. And before that, he was a defensive assistant coach with Green Bay. In 2017, assistant linebackers coach from 2017 all the way down to 2014. 2013, he was defensive quality control coach. Some of these names I feel like they just make up. All the way down to 2006. And he was a graduate assistant from the Panthers in 2005. And it says here as well, I think he played football for the Panthers as a linebacker in college for, I think, two years, 2 or 3 years. Yeah, playing linebacker at Pitt, I think for 2 or 3 years. So he played for Pittsburgh, the Panthers, then became one of the assistants. Then he became. So this could be a fun story to learn who this guy is, to be honest, and see how he fits into the Steelers culture. He definitely got a lot of coaching. People say, "Oh, the Steelers need to make moves." Well, this is a move. This is a move. The guy, he's been coaching for 18 years. He played for the Panthers. He then graduated had graduate assistant for 3 years. Then went to Green Bay for a long time. Then he was at Dallas Cowboys for 4 years. So he's been rising the ranks now, and now he's going to be a linebackers coach with the Steelers. So what better way to have fun with Queen? They'll hopefully bring back Atlanta Roberts. You've got there what's the other guy? Not Roman Wilson, the other Wilson, right? As the linebacker, and yeah, I'm sure he'll have a part in talking with TJ, talking with Herbig, and coaching up Highsmith. So shout out to Coach McCurley, Scott McCurley. Steelers have done moves. This is the kind of fun part now. Like the rumor stuff, I get a bit annoyed on, just a bit frustrated. Like Steelers trading for, Trevor Lawrence. It wasn't going to happen. They deny those rumors. The Jaguars don't even have a GM right now, which makes no sense. But this is real news. This is they hired a coach who's a Cowboys coach, and they let go of Preston Smith, freeing up cap space. This is Pittsburgh Steelers news that is happening right now, and it's factual. So it's fun to talk about, and we're at the point now, kind of just waiting for the QB to be selected, to be, given a contract. Could be Fields, could be Wilson, could be someone else. Who knows? But it's kind of fun. So I'm getting amped up, even though it's like February and it's only a week after the Super Bowl. But yeah, they're building. I know people aren't that keen on the Steelers, but man, I'll be waving my terrible towel come September. That's it, guys. Coach McCurley, and Smith is now out, and we're starting the process. There'll be some more news coming, I'm sure, in the next few weeks, talking about free agent signings and QB signings and things like that. Will be Fields, will be Wilson. Have to find out and see.